Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of my Parkitect Sandbox Park. Now, in the previous episode, I made this bobsleigh coaster in the new snowy mountain area. I'm really happy with the layout of the coaster, and in this episode, I want to continue some more on this area to more or less finish it off. So, what I want to build in this episode is an extra thrill ride. So I believe I already showed it in the previous episode, the kind of ride that I want to build. In fact, I'll just show you right now. So here we have the thrill rides, and then we have this top scan, and it actually kind of looks like a snowflake. And with these colors, I think it will be perfect for this area. Now, I'm going to change up the layout of this monorail a little bit. I'll put it closer to the path here, and that will give me some more space to work with in this area. Now, I also want to have some shops and stalls here, maybe some toilets, a little staff area. And something else which I want to do is, for example, over here I made this wall. Because I don't want the guests who are walking on this path to already be immersed in the snow area, since I only want them to actually be in the snowy area once they have entered the area through one of these paths. So I will I'll probably make like a wall here, and I'll change the ground here back to grass, and I'll probably also make a ride in front of here, just like I did on this side with the Ferris wheel. Anyway, that's my plan now for this episode. I think I'll just first get started with the monorail, and then I'll add the new Snowflake ride. It looks like this ride has one dead pixel. One of these lights just stays purple. Not sure if this is intended, but it is a funny detail nonetheless. Okay, I've now built this top scan ride called Snowy McFlakeface, but now that I look at it, I'm not really happy with the position of the entrance and the exit of the ride. As you can see, this platform really slopes to here, and the guests who are actually exiting the ride and entering the ride as well, they have to crawl through these really narrow spaces. So yeah, it might actually be better to have the entrance and the exit of the ride over here, so the guests can just walk through here. Yeah, they barely actually fit through here, so that looks a little bit silly, especially now that I've placed this fence here. Actually, it might still be alright if I just place the fence on the outside of the tile. But it's probably even better if the entrance and exit are simply here. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, I think this ride now looks really nice. I am really happy with the way it turned out now. So yeah, I think the queue path around it looks quite nice with this wall around it, and I put this fence on top just to make the just to make it a little bit taller. I think this fence normally is a bit too low, as you can see here at this gate. But when it sits on top of this wall, it just looks a little bit taller and nicer, in my opinion. Okay, with this ride done, I also want to have some shops and stalls in this area. Now, probably somewhere over here would be a nice spot for it. Monorail is a little bit in the way though, but I don't think I'm going to move it anymore. Not really sure. But yeah, I think really the only spot where I can still place some shops is... Well, there's actually two spots. I could place them over here, and I could place them over here. And probably over here it will be the easiest to do, since there is not much other stuff in the way. So I might just do that. Okay, it looks like I've also almost reached the goal for the Sandbox Park. I think the last requirement was to have at least 2,000 guests. So yeah, it's actually going quite nicely. And it's actually getting quite crowded in the park already, so that's also nice to see. So it's nice to see full queues for all the rides. So yeah, I guess when this bar fills up, I will have completed the sandbox scenario. But of course, I'm going to fully complete this park and try to fill it up with nice themed areas. Alright, looks like I've completed all goals. I have at least 500. Yeah, looks like I've completed all goals. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't think it's actually too difficult to meet the goals. Although it is year 14 now that I've reached 2,000 guests. But of course, I'm playing just for aesthetics and not to actually get the goal. Else, of course, I would have probably reached it much quicker than this. Alright, I'm just going to continue building here. I want to have some shops and stalls in this area. And I also built a wall here with some trees right next to it. And I plan to build another ride over here. But I'm not exactly sure which ride yet. But I'll do that a bit later. Alright, this shop in here is now called the Cozy Corner, and it sells hot drinks and hot dogs. I thought that was a nice combination for this snowy area. Now, I also immediately put a little staff area here, and thanks to you guys in the comments and on Discord, I learned that you don't actually need a trash chute if you put a depot, since janitors can also put their trash in the depot. So that's good to know. That saves some operating costs, even though I have unlimited money, of course. Anyway, it looks like this area could use some trash bins. So I'm going to quickly put a few of those. We could probably also use some toilets here. So I'll put a little toilet building here as well. And after that I'm going to put another ride here. Alright, the ride which I've chosen to build here is a magic carpet ride. It's a simple ride, it's actually a gentle ride in this game, and it's quite compact, so I think it's a perfect fit here. And while riding it, the guests can actually get a nice view of the snowy area here. Alright, I've now decorated this magic carpet ride. Now, I tried to add some diagonal fences, but then I realized there aren't really that many diagonal fences, so yeah, that didn't really work out. Let's see if we type diagonal here. Yeah, there's just several types of walls and one kind of roof that actually work in a diagonal fashion. So yeah, if I'm to do something like that, I'll probably need some modded items. Alright, I'm just going to add a few more plants around this area, and that's probably gonna be all the building I will be doing for this episode. Oh yeah, and I said I was gonna add some toilets, so that's something I'll do first. Alright, I think with that all done, the snowy area is pretty much complete. So let's take a quick tour through the area. Now, of course, here we have the main ride of this area, which is the bobsleigh coaster which I built in the last episode. Really happy with how it looks. Now, after that, of course, we also have this top scan, which is now sort of like a snowflake ride, because this shape here of the ride kind of looks like a snowflake. Here we have a little building now called Cozy Corner, and it sells hot drinks and hot dogs. And something else which I added in this episode is this magic carpet ride, which sits outside of the snowy area, but the guests actually do get a view of it, as they can peek over the wall here. Now, a little bit sad that there's no diagonal icicles for this fence. I'm just going to put a normal diagonal border on top in the same color. That should actually work well enough, I think. Alright, with that done, I think it's time to add a few entertainers to this area, several patrons of mine. So I'll first hire some entertainers, and after that I will name them. Okay, we already have several robots running around this area, so I will add some sharks now. Since they're blue, I think they also kind of fit the theme here. So, our first entertainer here, we will name him Nathaniel Wigman. So, thanks a lot, Nathaniel, for choosing to support me on Patreon. I really appreciate that. You will now be wandering my park forever in a shark suit. Alright, and here's the other entertainer that I added, and we will name him O Toaster. Beautiful name. So thanks O Toaster for supporting me on Patreon, and I hope you enjoy your spot here in the snowy area of the park. Alright, that's all the building I'm going to be doing for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me build. If you liked this episode, please consider giving it a like. It would really help out my channel. If you want to see more of these videos, you can always choose to subscribe, of course. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching me build. For the rest of this episode, I think it will be fun to actually take a ride on this snowflake ride. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.